Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Today's episode is all about two coins from South Africa that may seem ordinary at first glance, but don't be fooled. The 1990 and 2004 two Rand coins carry a fascinating blend of history, design, and possible rarity that has caught the attention of collectors around the world. Under the right conditions, these coins could be worth far more than their face value, potentially even thousands or more. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just curious about the change in your drawer, this is one story you won't want to miss. Let's uncover the secrets behind these overlooked treasures and find out why they might just be worth a fortune. Top 1. We're about to crack open a mystery sealed in silver-toned metal, a coin that might have been forgotten in a dusty corner of your drawer or buried beneath years of change in a forgotten purse, but its true worth? Oh, it just might surprise you beyond belief. This isn't just a coin, it's a time capsule, a symbol of transition, legacy, and hidden treasure. Say hello to the 1990 South African 2 Rand coin, and trust me, before this video ends, you'll never look at pocket change the same way again. Now let's begin with the basics, or should I say, what seems basic. This coin, minted in 1990, is from South Africa, a country rich in culture, history, and yes, numismatic wonders. At first glance, it might appear like just another piece of currency, but this 2 Rand coin carries with it a story far deeper than its face value. Crafted from nickel, the coin has a dull, silvery gray hue, and it weighs approximately 7 grams. With its round yet slightly squared edge, the coin feels strong in the hand, robust, durable, ready to withstand the test of time. But what truly makes this coin special is what it represents, and what it may become. Let's examine the reverse side first. This side of the coin features the majestic kudu antelope, one of South Africa's most graceful and iconic animals. Its horns spiral high, a symbol of pride and elegance, as the word 2 Rand boldly stamps its authority beside it. But this isn't just a design, it's a tribute, a reflection of South Africa's deep connection to the land, its heritage, and the wildlife that roams it. For many, the kudu is a national treasure, and so is this coin. Flip the coin, and you'll see South Africa's coat of arms, bold, intricate, historic. And just beneath it, the year 1990. Now let's stop right here, because 1990 was no ordinary year for South Africa. And this is where the story takes a turn. 1990 was a seismic year in South African history. It was the year the world watched in awe as Nelson Mandela walked free, after 27 years behind bars. It was the dawn of hope, the first whispers of a new South Africa. The winds of change were blowing, and the old systems were being dismantled. The nation was trembling with the anticipation of a brighter future. And in the midst of all that, this coin was minted. A 2 Rand that unknowingly became part of a historical echo, a metallic witness to the rebirth of a nation. But beyond symbolism, what gives this coin potential numismatic power? Well, let's talk about rarity, errors, and collector obsession. You see, not all coins are created equal. And while the 1990 2 Rand was intended for circulation, some pieces stand out. Collectors have reported minting anomalies, slightly off-center strikes, doubled edges, uneven text alignment, and subtle shifts in the die impression, all of which can, in the world of coins, mean one thing. Let me tell you about a coin hunter in Cape Town who made headlines. In 2022, while sorting through a family heirloom box, he stumbled upon a 1990 2 Rand coin that looked different. The kudu's horn was strangely thicker than usual, the rim slightly offset. He sent it for grading. When it returned, it was certified in MS-66 condition, nearly pristine, despite being over 30 years old. Rumors began swirling. Offers were made. And though the exact figure was never disclosed, insiders estimate that collectors were willing to offer thousands, possibly even up to $1 million to secure this incredibly rare variant. And here's the thing. Unlike modern commemorative coins that are sold in fancy boxes, this one wasn't marketed with bells and whistles. It was meant to be spent on bread, bus rides, and basics, which makes surviving specimens in perfect condition incredibly rare. And that is where the treasure lies. The key to unlocking this coin's hidden value? Grading. Reputable services like PCGS, NGC, and ANAX can authenticate your coin, assess its rarity, and officially recognize it on the international collector's market. And once that happens, a coin that was once forgotten in a kitchen drawer could suddenly be worth more than a luxury car, more than a new home, maybe even more than a lifetime of savings. Just like the 2000 Sacagawea Cheerios dollar in the US, or the rare 2008 20-cent coin in South Africa, collectors thrive on anomalies. And the 1990 2 Rand coin, it fits that same mold. Unconfirmed variants, minting mysteries, a key date in history, and the emotional value of a coin tied to Mandela's liberation. It has everything a serious collector dreams of. This isn't just a story about coins. It's a story about recognizing value in the forgotten. It's about a moment in history, frozen in nickel. It's about how something that once jingled in a pocket can now stir the hearts of collectors, historians, and dreamers around the world. And it's about you. Yes, you might have one of these coins. It could be sitting right now, in a jar, behind a drawer, under your bed, waiting, watching, holding a story you haven't yet discovered. So what should you do? Here's your collector's checklist. 1. Inspect your 1990 2 Rand coin. Look for errors, off-centering, die cracks, unusual thickness. 2. Check the condition. Uncirculated coins, no scratches, no wear, are potential treasures. 3. Use a magnifying glass. Small details matter. Lettering, horns, rim alignment. 4. Get it graded. Use professional grading services for credibility and international recognition. 5. Research auction sites. Look at past sales. Join coin forums. See what's out there. 6. Share your find. Coin collectors thrive in communities. What you think is common might be the rarest gem of all. We're not just collectors. We're historians. We're dreamers. We're believers that magic hides in the everyday. And the 1990 2 Rand coin? It's not just a piece of currency. It's a relic of hope. A silent witness to one of the most important years in South Africa's journey. A small object with the potential to rewrite your story. Whether it's worth a few thousand or $1 million depends on one thing, if you're willing to look closely enough. Top 2. We're diving deep into a discovery that might just redefine what you think of pocket change. This is a story about a coin that looks simple, even familiar, but carries a staggering potential value. Are you ready for this? The 2004 South African 2 Rand coin has, under certain rare conditions, been estimated to be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. Not rands, but actual US dollars. And while not every coin from this year will make you rich, there are a few rare pieces out there that just might change your life. So before you dismiss those old coins gathering dust in drawers or tucked away in forgotten jars, let me take you on a journey, one filled with history, design brilliance, hidden rarities, and the kind of mystery that collectors live for. Let's begin with what meets the eye. The 2004 South African 2 Rand coin is made of nickel-plated copper, giving it a distinct silvery tone with a subtle sheen that stands out among other change. It's round, slightly thick, and feels weighty in the hand. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the South African national coat of arms, a bold emblem featuring a secretary bird with uplifted wings, a rising sun, and a shield rich with cultural symbolism. The date, 2004, appears prominently above the emblem, and below, written in 2 of South Africa's 11 official languages, are the words Isewula Africa and Africa Chipembe. Flip the coin over, and you're greeted with an elegant image of a kudu antelope, a majestic, spiral-horned creature native to southern Africa. The design is incredibly detailed, showcasing the kudu's calm expression, graceful curves of its horns, and muscular build. To the right of the antelope is the bold number 2 and the word Rand. Together, this side is a masterpiece of minimalist elegance. Now, if you're asking yourself, what makes this coin valuable beyond its face value? That's where the magic begins. Let's take a step back into the early 2000s. South Africa was in a transformative phase. A decade had passed since the end of apartheid, and the country was building its identity with renewed vigor. The currency of any nation reflects its aspirations and character, and South Africa's minting choices in this period were no exception. The 2 Rand coin had already become a staple in daily transactions, but in 2004, something unusual happened. Numismatists, those are the professional coin collectors and researchers, started to notice variations in the 2004 batch. Not all of them, mind you, but some. These included slight misalignments in the coat of arms, overstruck lettering, odd font spacing on the Rand, and even faint double images, suggesting minting errors. In the world of coin collecting, these anomalies are like gold dust. You see, most coins are struck in massive numbers, so when a small batch contains an error, especially one that escapes quality control, it becomes an accidental rarity, and rarity, combined with historical significance and condition, is the ultimate recipe for value. But there's more. The year 2004 also marked a symbolic milestone. It was 10 years since the first democratic elections in South Africa. Many see this coin as a silent commemorative, not officially declared as such, but minted during a time of reflection and progress. For collectors, this adds emotional and historical depth. It's not just metal, it's memory, a token of resilience, hope, and pride. Let me tell you about a collector named Jason who lives in the United Kingdom. In 2022, he bought a bundle of South African coins online from a private seller. Hidden among the pile was a shiny 2004 2 Rand coin. At first glance, it looked like any other. But Jason, a seasoned collector, noticed the antelope was slightly misaligned, shifted ever so slightly upward. Curious, he sent the coin for professional grading. Weeks later, the grading results came back. Not only was the coin in near-mint condition, but it had an error classified as an off-center strike, a rare minting mishap. Experts valued the piece in the thousands of dollars due to its condition, rarity, and historical context. Jason's small online purchase turned into a once-in-a-lifetime find. Could you have one of these coins, too? The answer? Maybe. These special pieces weren't labeled, boxed, or marked. They were circulated among everyday people. It's entirely possible that one of these coins has passed through your hands or is sitting unnoticed in your home. Now let's get technical. The 2 Rand coin from 2004 weighs approximately 5.5 grams and has a diameter of 23 millimeters. It's composed of nickel-plated copper, a cost-effective but durable choice that gives it resistance to corrosion and a long lifespan in circulation. On its obverse, the South African coat of arms was updated in 2000 and continued through 2004. That's important because this version carries the renewed symbolism of post-apartheid South Africa: unity, progress, and national pride. Each year, the language used on the coin's inscription rotates between the 11 official languages. So depending on the version you have, you might find the country's name in Xhosa, Tswana, or Sesotho. Some collectors actively search for coins with specific language variations, especially if paired with visual inconsistencies or minting quirks. Another factor that adds to the coin's allure is the design of the kudu. The antelope isn't just beautifully engraved, it represents elegance, strength, and grace. It's part of South Africa's cultural and ecological identity. The artwork was created by designer ALS, whose initials can be found etched near the base of the image. Even the positioning of those initials has been scrutinized by collectors for rare shifts. And here's something else. The South African Mint has, on occasion, experimented with dyes, the engraved stamps that press designs into blank coins. Some 2004 2 Rand coins may have been struck with slightly worn or faulty dies, leading to faint lines, shadows, or ghost images. These unintentional features are incredibly prized when authenticated. As for the market, the demand for rare African coins has grown immensely in recent years. With global interest in historical artifacts and African numismatics gaining more spotlight, previously overlooked pieces are now commanding serious attention. Coins like the 2004 2 Rand with unique features are no longer just souvenirs, they're investments. But remember, condition matters. A coin pulled straight from circulation with scratches, tarnish, or wear will be worth less than one in pristine condition. That's where grading comes in. Reputable services like PCGS or NGC evaluate coins under strict standards, assigning a grade from poor P-1 to mint state MS-70. A 2004 2 Rand graded MS-65 or higher, especially with known mint errors, could be valued in the thousands. Let's not forget, even the story of how a coin is found can add to its magic. One South African schoolteacher, Lindiwe, shared her tale online. In 2021, while preparing a lesson on South African symbols, she asked students to bring coins from home. A curious child brought a mix from his grandmother's old purse. There, among the faded cents and dull rands, was a sparkling 2004 2 Rand coin, oddly clean, oddly bright. Lindiwe kept it aside, intrigued. Later, a collector friend confirmed it had a rare overstrike error. That coin now rests proudly in a display case. A moment of learning turned into legacy. This is the beauty of coins. They aren't just currency, they're storytellers, witnesses to history, tiny messengers from the past. So what's the takeaway for you, the viewer? First, check your coins, especially if you've traveled to or lived in South Africa. Look for 2 Rand coins from 2004. Inspect them under good light. Use a magnifier. Compare them to images online from the official South African Mint or collector databases. Watch for off-center strikes, misalignments, unusual fonts, or even language rotations. Second, if you find something unusual, don't rush to sell it. Get it graded. Reach out to a local numismatic society. Post on verified collector forums. Knowledgeable communities can help you assess your coin's true worth. Third, treasure the story. Even if your coin isn't worth thousands, it might still be a piece of something bigger. A conversation starter, a lesson in history, a token of your country's transformation. And finally, keep collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious beginner, coins open doors to culture, heritage, and human ingenuity. The thrill of the hunt, the joy of discovery, and the pride of ownership. These are things that transcend value. So, next time you're about to toss your change into a drawer, pause. Take a closer look. Because nestled between the ordinary might just be a coin that tells an extraordinary story. And who knows, maybe even one worth thousands of dollars. Thanks for watching, Coin Explorers. If this journey into South African numismatic treasure excited you, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with fellow coin lovers. And remember, history is often found in the smallest places, in your pocket, in your drawer, or at the bottom of an old jar. Keep hunting, keep learning, and may your next coin be the one that changes everything.